everybody's come out to play. And I think that was kind of always a possibility because we say it all the time. And when I say it was kind of a possibility, it wasn't one that anybody really wanted to clutch onto because, you're going into uncharted territory in the playoffs. But it's like, we say it all the time. This team is defended in stretches. And when I say defended, like really look good defensively. And they've done that more or less in this series. They've been the better defensive team. They've been the more physical team. They've been the team with more urgency. All the exact buzzwords that Mike Brown uses, these guys have brought it. And we've always, you see it in the road record. You see it in their ability to kind of have nice moments in late in games. Like this team can turn things on when the adversity is up, when the stakes are at its highest. It was really just a question of like, can they do it in the playoffs? And it's like on their home floor. Yeah, absolutely they can. It'll be interesting to see. There'll be a new challenge going to the Chase Center and facing a hostile playoff environment on the road. That's a first, but even if they could have turned it on just like a little bit, it seemed like that was going to like make all the difference. But this team, it's like they've been pretty good through the first like 80% of the game. But really the thing that has really surprised me is just like I've kind of anticipated the games being pretty close going into the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. And the reason I picked the Warriors to win in 5 was that I felt like if that happens 4 or 5 times, the Warriors are going to win pretty much every time. I just thought that that's where the experience is going to come into play. Late in the game, when things are crazy and things have a tendency to kind of go over the heads of younger and experienced players and teams, I thought that's where the Warriors were going to just capitalize. And it's the opposite. The Kings have, like, Fox was getting to his spots in the fourth quarter. Add to that the fact that they were getting stops and just hounding Steph Curry and trying to let somebody else beat him, and nobody could. I mean, like, it seems like you'd almost get the sense that the Warriors are content just putting up these threes without much space and with a hand in their face, that they look lazy and they're settling on their shots. And maybe they have been a little bit, but it's just like this Kings defense has just been turned on, and that urgency just builds up and everything's just gone the way exactly you'd need it to. It's crazy. I would not have expected the team to be the better defensive team, the Kings that is, nor would I have expected them to be the closers that they are. And they're just too much to handle, it seems like, at least in those first 2 games, in a really, really loud building. I mean, yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, I'm still hyped after Monday's win. But I'm excited for Thursday, going to the Chase Center in a hostile environment. But the Kings, the best road record in the West. The Warriors, of course, are a really good home team, but I think the Kings can hang with them really, and they love adversity, and it's not going to get more adverse than this, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that's like, you want to say the old wisdom is, a series doesn't start until a road team wins. The Kings took care of business. It's time for the Warriors to take care of business. And it's like, well, if we're talking about that urgency thing that backs up against the wall, I mean, like you're just saying there, it's heightened now that they're on the road. Who's to say the Kings don't actually play better now? Now, of course, I think the Warriors are going to play better at home. But that's definitely a factor. And those 2 games could not have gone any better. I mean, like, of course, you'd probably rather see them hit their shots at a more consistent clip or a more efficient clip. They settled on some threes early. But other than that, I mean, they're pushing the pace. They're doing it all. They're playing the game that they want to play, and which is not super far off from the Warriors game. And the Kings just look like the better. They play that brand of basketball better. They take control better. And I don't know. It's been crazy. I just did not expect it. And I'm so happy just as an observer to be able to watch this, because it's just like, this is just such a fun series. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in San Francisco.
In Game 3. Yeah.